Hello and welcome to Inside the Market. My name is David Jacobson and I am with Jim Barry.
Hello.
The valuation partner extraordinaire. We are very excited to be here. We had a little delay in getting this episode out because of we're filming, as everyone knows, This Is My Car. It's a new show that we have coming out, which is going to be actually talking to people about their car, bringing them in the museum. It's been very cumbersome to put it together and edit because we're trying to be perfectionists, so we're doing the best we can. And welcome.
It looks good, though.
Yeah, so far so good. I think we're going to have some cool stuff. We have cool stuff. We have Countach's custom R993 coupe by a Pininfarina designer who, I don't know if everyone knows. You know Jason, obviously. I'll keep it under wraps. And then we have really, I'm not even going to say we have really, really cool stuff that we're very excited to bring to you. And today we do Inside the Market. And this is a strange time, Jim, no?
Very, very strange. Lots going on, and we can't really focus on just one model here because, people are calling us all day long and asking us what to do.
Yeah, and let me start by saying thank you for being here and watching us. We know you have a lot of choices of what to do with your time, so being here and being part of our show is very important to us, so thank you for that. And we are really getting a lot of phone calls, a lot of questions, emails, messages about just information about some guidance here. Yeah. We have been through a lot over the last 20 years, 25, 30 years in the Porsche world. We've seen, I remember 15 years ago, the numbers were spiking, right? They lasted for a while, and then they started to come down. A lot of people started panicking when the values were dropping, and then people started releasing their cars, and the prices were then accepted to be lower. And now here they go again. Mm-hmm. But the big thing is, it's not everything. 997s, 996s, SCs to a certain point, G50s, hands down, right? Carreras, G50s. But the F-bodies are doing okay, not to say they didn't jump up at the same price, 356s. And, when I say this, I get a little concerned about the feedback that I'll get, but I just like to be real. And 356s, they're becoming antiquated, and the people that have owned them and loved them for so long are older now. And the young buyers are not really looking for 356s, or at least not in volume, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's very accurate what you're saying. It's real. It's real.
It's being real. And I'm sorry, we love that. We love them, obviously. Yeah. But when you look back, Model T Fords, you could buy one for $8,000 today. When you look at even the brass cars, I mean, not the highest end of the when you look at
Duesenbergs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you look at a lot of Packards, and you look at a lot of those brass era cars, they're selling at a fraction of what they used to sell for, and sometimes they're unsellable. Yeah. You have a look in your face.
Well, because we started our relationship with a Packard. Remember, I sold a Packard for you.
Yes, we had my
it was a green Packard. I was like, "What is this thing?" You're like, "Could you just sell this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll sell it somehow."
And as much as we appreciate them. My goodness, I get it. I get why people love them. I mean, my goodness, especially over here. Everyone knows the Gold Coast of Long Island is a very, very wealthy area, and there were some of the largest brass car collections in the world right around the corner here. And one of the gentlemen, what was his name again?
Holterbosch. I think so.
Walter Holterbosch, I think.
Dieter.
And
I don't remember people's names.
You remember Dieter Holterbosch?
Wait to hear that name.
Oh, he had a massive collection here, and we actually went to the house after the cars were gone. It was like a ghost town. Yeah. You saw all the garage doors.
Glass doors.
Beautiful. Yeah, pumps. And just from yesterday time gone by, it was very, very special. So, listen, like everything else, cars have a lifespan, and they start to, and I think the 356... Listen, when you look at what Rod Emery is doing, what some of the outlaw builders are doing, they're going to keep it alive. They're going to keep those juices flowing. But when you look at the pure numbers matching factory cars, of course they're going to drop. They're not going to have the same love. It's supply and demand. It always is. Yeah. And so forgive me for putting that out there. And
it's not even that they're dropping. It's just the values got really inflated. Yeah, I mean, like we'll talk about, I think, the one that sold this week. Like, that's fair for a nice old car like that. I mean, it's...
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. As a matter of fact, I spoke to somebody who will remain nameless who is a very big race car collector, prominent cars he sells. He's very well known in that world. 356 is one of the models that he deals with. And we were talking about a year ago and 2 years ago, right before COVID, and he was saying to me that the 356Bs and the cars that are not, super special in that world, they're all special, but you know what I mean. He said $60,000 is going to be the price of a nice driver 356, and he was right. You get a little bit of a nicer car. You're in the 70s. You get a 59. You get an A. Maybe you could bump it up a little bit more, and then you get to the pre-A's. Obviously, a different world, speedsters and so on. But it's a different world. But anyway, we have all different types of people watching our show. We have young, and we have the seasoned professional collectors but. So we're going to deal with a whole bunch of cars. So we said, let's do a potpourri again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the cars that ended over the last week. We're going to dig in a little bit, and hopefully this sheds some light and helps you. And please put your questions and stuff in there. We know it's not easy. There's no genius. There's no way anyone's going to figure this out. But there is some good education. It's like kind of predicting the weather. You do see weather patterns. You see buying patterns of the past that you can kind of put into play here. And I think that you can forecast a little bit and see what's going on. What you can't forecast is the economy. Tomorrow, can things collapse? This world we're living in is nuts. And I think that comes into play too. So there's a little disclaimer there. So just let's get right into it here. We're looking at our first car, which ended yesterday. It will have been a few days when this thing goes live. It's a 4,000-mile Porsche 996 C4S Cabriolet X51 Power Kit. Before we go into anything else, Jim, tell us how special and rare this car is.
Well, so we talk about cabs a lot, so not a lot of cabs are collectible. This one would fall into that category because, one, I've said it before in here, you've said it, the 996 C4S is probably my favorite Porsche Cabriolet to look at.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
The C4S.
Yeah, so you couple that with 4,000 miles. The white with the navy is stunning. It's sought after for sure. And this is probably one of the first times I've ever seen an X51 kit on a 4S Cab. It's a very rare option. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's the package that's standard on the 40th anniversary model, which gives it that extra horsepower. And it makes a world of difference. I'm not going to be unfair and say it ruins other 996s for you. But
no,
it's
not
just,
at all.
If you can get your hands on an X51 package 996, you're going to love the car. I've had people choose that over a 997.
Really?
Yeah.
Noticeably that different.
It's just, the sound, there's just more feeling, the extra power. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. It's like 20, 25 horsepower.
Well, that's 25 horsepower.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But so having the sound and all that with the top off in this car has got to be,
Yeah.
It's very, very special.
It's a special car. White is also a special color for a C4S because they weren't a ton of them.
Absolutely.
I know we sold one about a month ago that did not have the X51.
Right, but it was still a nice car, 20,000 miles.
Oh, yeah. And it did,
white, black, and it did like 50.
It did well as well. But look at the seats on here. This is the way you want your seats. Listen, it's only 4,400 miles, right? But that is the way it came out of the factory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all these years later, look at that. Can't you just feel the crispness and beautiful of that interior? Look at that.
And the smell.
And the smell.
When the full leather in those cars, it has a nice smell to it.
Yeah, the supple leather. And whoever got this car really got a very, very special car. And we're very happy for both the buyer and the seller. IMS upgrade was completed, right? So that was also another reason that this car did what it did. It sold for 61.5 plus, so roughly about 64 and change, 64,000 and change. And that, you would have said that years ago. You would have thought you're out of your mind. But people understand. I'm trying to go. Oh, where am I going? Going crazy. Well, people understand how special this car is now. I thought there was a video here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're
and this, by the way, this is what we thought it should have done. You know what I mean? Like some people reach out to me and say, wow, that was a lot of money. I don't think it sold cheap, but I don't think it was a lot of money. When you're dealing with a car this special,
look at those crisp lenses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Jim.
You see regular ones selling for 30, 35 grand. You know what I mean? So a car this nice for this, it warrants this all day long. I think everybody got treated fairly here. I think that the seller did well. I think the buyer did well.
Yeah, there's no question. This car, what a 4400 4S in this condition. This is what you got to. There's going to be multiple people that want the car, and this is what it's going to take.
This could have upside in the next couple of years.
100%. Anyway, this car speaks for itself. Beautiful car. Let's go over to the next car that ended here, which was the 996 Turbo.
993.
I'm sorry, 1996. I always do that. 993 Turbo, Andial, 3.8. Wow. Wow. This car got a little bit more love than even I expected it to get. People love Andial because, a lot of people know, or maybe don't know that this company was really in bed with Porsche. You know, when they had the Cup cars, the Cup Series cars, if I'm saying that correctly, the Carrera Cup car, they had about 45 of them. They were built by Porsche, and the race never came to fruition. And as a result of that, they turned those race cars into street cars, and they actually commissioned Andial in the U.S. to turn those cars back to street cars. So they're not just a tuning company. They really are. They were trusted by Porsche to do that and have their name on the car when they went to the dealers to sell them. So Andial is a very special company, and this car is no exception to what they do. The power, I think am I right when I say 200 horsepower more?
That's what it said, yeah. So you're talking about 600 or even more horsepower in this car with the all-wheel drive. This is a beast.
This is a beast. I mean, It looks like, let's talk about a sleeper. This car looks like a normal car, and then all of a sudden you have, boom. Yeah, that's all he gave us. It was a little tease by the seller to do that, but again, everyone who loves the turbo 993 turbo actually gets with a little bit of a punch here. And this car had 47,000 miles, so the miles were reasonable. Again, 3.8, 200 horsepower, a little bit over. Do they have suspension upgrades and stuff here, Jim? I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure. It looks a little lower in the front, so I'll say, yeah, it definitely looks lower than a normal turbo, but the details on this escaped me.
Yeah, and the car sells for 183,000. The left front fender was painted, original paint, other than the left front fender. That's a quick note for those of you that are looking for that information with original paint, because it does matter. This car sells for 183, so it's 187 all in. I'm sorry, 188. See, I can't even add today. And what a beautiful car somebody got.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit of a battle at the end of this one.
Well, rightfully so. You couldn't really duplicate this, right? Because we looked at the numbers. If this was just a nice, clean 993 turbo with this mileage, what is it, 130, 140, 135? Yeah. To then turn it into a 3.8 and have Andial's name on it, you couldn't really duplicate it. So I think the seller was happy, and I think the buyer's.
The buyer was tickled pink.
Well, it's going to Canada, so he probably doesn't have it yet. So.
He's going to get this car. And he was. Yeah, it's wow. We always ask people to send us some photos and send us a note how much you love your car, because we don't just do this because it's a business. We actually love these cars. We get very excited for the owners that win them, because we always talk about this guy's going to love this car. It's very exciting for us. Okay. So let's move on here to the next car, which was a 1993 964 RS America.
Yep.
And this car is beloved. People love this car for good reason. It wasn't quite the rest of the world, the Euro RS, which was lighter. I think it had, what do we figure, a little bit more horsepower on it, like 20.
No, not even. It's like 12, 13 more horsepower.
That's it. Also, from 247 to 260.
Right.
But also, it was much lighter.
Yeah. Well, you feel it. People don't realize that. I remember driving the one that we had here, and it is very different than a regular 964. As many know, we've had both of them. We sold our RS America, and you get from one car to the other, it's completely different. Mm-hmm. That RS, the rest of the world RS, the Euro is. But even this compared to a regular 964 is very different.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy this if you. Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't think the difference between this car and a regular 964 is as great as the Euro 9 RS compared to this RS.
No, it's not. But it's definitely there. It's definitely there. And I think this was. We looked at the comps on these. And these are up, but we knew it was going to be up because we saw the rise of regular. We were selling some regular 964 coupes in the 70s. And just a year ago, you could have bought this car in the 80s. So we knew that this had to go in the vicinity of 100. You know what I mean? So it did over 100. Did one like 16 with the auction fee, which is good.
Yeah, no question.
And this was a nice situation because this is actually a couple that own this car.
Oh, is that right?
And they're a young couple, and they have a lot of Porsches. And they're selling about half of them because they're moving to another location, and they can't take them all with them. So they have two really cool cars live with us right now. They have a GT2 and a GT3 RS. They sold this. They sold their GT4. So it was a fun project to get involved with, and I think they were happy, and I think the buyer's going to be very happy.
Yeah, the buyer's going to be happy. Look at this car. What a beautiful car this is. I mean, even the wing on this car, just it's not too thick, and it's not like the T-Tray, which is that thick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's more elegant looking and it really works. But beautiful car, great seller, well presented, and you always get rewarded for that. The car sold for 110.
Yeah. So 116 basically,
about
115, 251.
115 change all in. And again, nice car all the way around. So congratulations to both.
Yep.
Next car we have is, we're going a little newer here. We have a 2012 991 Carrera S Coupe.
Right.
Jim, you wanted to do this one to kind of get people...
we're getting a lot of requests for this price point and this model. So we're going to have to eventually do a podcast on just 991s for older people, because we sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's a fair point. So this just shows where we're at.
Can you believe a 991 is almost 10 years old?
It's crazy.
Did you hear what I said?
It's crazy.
A 991 is almost 10 years old already.
Crazy. It's crazy. So this is, so we talked about the market being a little crazy right now. So this is not too crazy, but this car maybe, last year or at the end of 2020 was maybe worth $3,000-$4,000 less, $5,000 less. So you're getting that little premium right now for the shortage of cars. You're getting the, scarcity of inventory because of the pandemic. So that's the question that people are asking us right now. So is this a horrible thing? No, $61,000 for a 33,000 mile car. It didn't have sport chrono, but it had the sport seats. It had the sport exhaust, which are important. It had the glass taillights, which is really nice. So if you want a car right now, you're not getting beat up too badly, but the prices are up. They're definitely up from what they were here, and this demonstrates it. We've had a few sticks last year with half this mileage that sold for around 70. Yeah, I mean, so, if you use that as a little bit of a gauge, it just shows you that this is a little high, but it's not terrible. So it's still reasonable, a lot of car for the money.
So 33,000 miles, 116,000 original list on the car, sport seats, no chrono. Some people may have a little bit of an issue with that. Sport design steering wheel with the paddles, which
it's a must for me.
Is a must for a lot of people, okay? And the sport exhaust, which is also a must for a lot of people. Yeah. And what does that result in? That results in 61,000, so like 63 all in.
And you know what's nice with the 991? At least you could add those two things. If you find a nice low mile car that meets your needs and it doesn't have those two things, you can go to the dealer and add them. That's what's nice.
You could add the what?
You could add the sport exhaust.
Yeah.
And you could add that steering wheel with the paddles.
Well, there you go.
It's not that expensive.
So if you find...
Unlike Mercedes, we just went through this trying to add LED lights to a Mercedes that didn't have them, and you have to change all the computers, and they make it impossible.
Yeah.
So Porsche at least gives you that option, which is, I like that. That's
so
nice.
If you find the perfect Porsche that doesn't have those two things, you can add them. Okay, that's good to know. Good advice. I did not know that. Okay, then now we have a
nice car. This is a nice car.
Beautiful car. This also will probably have ended a few days ago because it ended yesterday while we're filming this, and this car did what it deserved to do. These 997s are hot. The lower mileage ones are hotter, and the ones that are in this condition that are spec'd like this are doing all the money. Yep. And this car did all the money, but
it's a brand new car.
It's like a brand new car. Yeah. What was the list on this? Like 180-ish?
I think it was like 160 something.
167.
But you know what it is? It's like with the new turbos going for almost $300,000 after you pay the premium. Jeez. Here you got a brand new turbo. And you got a lot of money left over in your pocket.
And you got a sports car.
You got a sports car.
Got a sports car, man.
And you know what was nice about this car, because it just looks like a black car, but the inside of the wheels is black, which is nice from the factory. Usually they come in the gray.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
And he had a black painted console. He had the cup holder trim painted black, all from the factory. You see, and it makes this one very, very special. And this has the steering wheel that we were just talking about with the paddles, which is really nice.
Yeah.
This is a nice car. And we got to see it. It's actually downstairs here, so we can attest it's a nice car.
Nice car.
Yeah.
Again, we took the pictures, so they were adequate, right? They were good.
Adequate.
They were good enough. The presentation was very nice. And again, 997 turbos, low mileage. Enough said. It was not an S. Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting? This car probably would have sold for $95,000 a year and a half ago.
Yeah, or 100. Yeah.
Or 100. Yeah. Okay, but. Boy, oh boy, was it worth waiting. What is the message here? If you have a 997, sell it. Sell it. You understand what I'm saying to you? If you're interested in maximum, first of all, if you bought one for crazy money, now's the time to minimize your loss. If you bought it for low money, now's the time to maximize your gain. Mm-hmm. If you're even contemplating selling it, or you hang on to it and you'll go through a couple of dips because it's destined to do that.
Yeah.
But regardless, what a fun car, what a great automobile. I had the same car in an S, the black 2012 Turbo S, and I loved that car. Boy, did I love that car. It was like a rocket ship. And then you can also...
This is the same way.
Same way. You could same way, but you could turn off that button and you can take it to dinner with the top up or down with your wife and really just have a nice driving luxury touring car where you can have a freaking animal.
Yeah.
It's this car. This is why these cars are worth what they're worth.
And if you're really nuts, like some of our customers, you could put snow tires in this and drive it in the winter too, because it's all-wheel drive. It's amazing what this car can do. It's crazy.
That is so true.
Yeah, you just can't pull a boat with it. Or maybe you can, but I don't know.
Pull a dinghy.
If you've pulled a boat with one, let us know.
Yes, let us know if you've done that. So, we're going to bounce over to, I think that's all we have for the reviews right now.
The reviews, yeah.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of live stuff that's important to talk about.
And we're going to do that real quickly. We're going to go, we don't usually do this. We're going to go to some of the stuff that's live now, mostly Porsches, but a few other cars. And also go on to the results, you know, go on to the results and see all the auction results, to see a car, if it no-sailed, what it did, you know, maybe what could have been done differently. You can also learn from the no-sales as well.
You can learn from everything.
Yeah, and like everyone knows, we like the reserves to be fair. Sometimes we'll let the buyer put a little bit of a higher reserve in the thought that they'll understand that towards the end they should probably adjust it because they want it sold. And sometimes they don't, and the car goes no sale, which is we do the best we can. But all fair minds together here result in a car sale. You know, we have the eyeballs.
The seller has a lot of control, because I'll tell you, most of the no sales is like, you know, lack of information from the seller or lack of communication, like if they don't answer things quickly, and that turns people off. I've seen people going to comment, oh, you didn't answer me for 2 days, I'm not bidding anymore, and that's terrible.
And by the way, that's heartbreaking for us when somebody doesn't respond to a question or just doesn't build the confidence for the community that's watching the car. And what we also appreciate is we have an incredible group of community here.
Yeah, it's great people.
We don't have banana heads, you know. There's always a few banana heads in every community. But we do have some, you know, very educated people that there's a group that constantly comments that are educated, that have really have good stuff to share. We appreciate people being called out when it's fair. And we actually withdrew a car. You know, there was something
something got brought to light,
and we investigated it, and the car was taken off.
It was taken off.
And thank you to the community for getting involved and caring about each other. You know, as long as it's in good spirits and it's with good intention, we love it and appreciate it.
Yeah.
We don't appreciate is obnoxious people.
No, you have to
be real. That are just trying to hurt somebody's auction. Then you have no place on our platform.
Yeah, no, this is like right now we have a lot of special stuff because, you know,
so there you go.
Yeah, a lot of our sellers, you know, with the pandemic, there's, you know, believe me, Scottsdale was busy. I heard, you know, all these auctions were doing well, but a lot of people still don't want to go into the crowds.
They don't, and they don't have to anymore.
No, and we have some special cars on here as a result. Some people that were going to maybe send cars to these places, they said, you know what, let's do it on here. So I guess we're going to talk about some of these now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And for the sake of time here, I know the attention span, well, my eyes would be boggling already after a half hour. But I want to do that, Jim. That was a great point. We're stepping it up as far as some of the, we're always going to have cars for every range because we always will do that. But we've been approached to have really a higher elite, you know, type car on here, and
because it's that time of year. Yeah, I mean, like Amelia Island got pushed, and these are some of the types of cars you'd see there, and now they're here because, you know, people want to sell them now. They
quality stuff, great sellers, and here you go. We'll just bounce through a couple of these here. Stay with me. Here's one over here, which is a 1997 993 C4S, beautiful car with 57,000 miles. Read it. It's you know, again, it seems like a really
looks like a nice car.
Great photo shoot. The car, the color, the interior looks nice and crisp, and we are really excited to see where this goes and who it goes to. The next car here we have is a 19 GT3 Touring Miami Blue. Okay,
stunning.
Stunning car. Again, how many miles on this car? 49,000. I'm sorry, just about 5,000 miles. These are very hot. Be prepared. If you want this car, you're gonna have to bid. Because this car there's very few around. This car is such a special car. For those that have driven this car, it is probably the greatest production modern Porsche today. You know, my car, people that know me, the 2011 4.0 is my favorite modern Porsche of all. But It's also very expensive, but this car gives you the closest thing to that experience for a fraction of that cost. Again, these are not cheap either, but if you're in this market, then you know that, and I would bid and bid often to win this, because this is
a nice spec. This is a good
very
seller.
nice.
He sold 2 air cools with us. He's a nice guy, and he's just making some room in the stable. But this was it has some CXX options, and it's nice.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
I'm a black wheel guy.
Yep.
I know that not everybody is, but I love black wheels. The only time I don't like a black wheel a lot of times is when it's on a black car. But other than that, I like a black wheel.
Yeah. Well, this works with the mirror, the carbon mirrors, the door handles, and the wheels. It all ties in.
It all ties in
nice.
together.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's that. The next over here we have is a very special car. This is a 780-mile F430 Spider. People that know this car, it's a fun, light, enjoyable car to drive, even with the F1. But when you put the 6-speed in here, we have one here, and this car at a 6-speed is one of the most fun cars to drive.
Yeah, and the sound.
And the sound.
Sounds incredible.
You don't even need a 2B exhaust on this thing. This thing sounds from the factory killer. And you know something interesting? When I'm I'm a Porsche guy. This is what I do, is I love and I drive them, and old ones, new ones, whatnot. But when I get into a Ferrari, I realize, you know what I'm saying to John Cardano? When I get into a Ferrari, I say, oh my God, now I understand why these cars are so special.
Yeah.
Because they're different, and I still love Porsche when I get back into my Porsche, but I'm telling you, man, that to drive one of these is to understand how awesome these cars are. And then you get a stick. Look at this.
Well, this is a find because,
Look at this car.
When you go into world-class collections, you see, a lot of people have some staple cars, I'll call them. This is not an easy car to find in a stick. I think only 10% of them were made in stick.
Well, and 700 and something
miles? This car is going to be a very,
that.
very big item to a lot of people to have in their collection.
That's a
it
beauty.
could wind up overseas, this car. I hope it, well, I shouldn't say I hope it doesn't. It's going to go where it's going to go. But it's really, really rare to find this. Because the ones I see are, not in nice condition, the ones I've seen lately. So this one's...
Well, listen, I get speechless with this. If you're a 780-mile Ferrari F430 in the wrapper...
Brand new preserved car that's 15 years old.
This is a must-have for a collector who has either a Ferrari collection or lower mileage special cars of any make. Anyway, I could spend some more time on this, but we'll move along to this. Look at this, a 946-mile 05 Ford GT. Again, what are you going to say about these cars? Fun, exciting, gorgeous to look at. I've driven one of these, and I was actually blown away about how really fun and easy they are to drive.
Yeah, they drive nice. And this guy, I don't know, I didn't like this when I heard about it, but when I saw it, it's cool. You see the doors, he modified them to do a butterfly open, because these are very... If you've ever driven one of these, you've probably hit your head getting in and out of it with the door. So he did this, and he did a couple little upgrades to it, but it's a really cool car. I already have some feedback from a collector that he actually likes the upgrades. That's a good thing, because I was a little, on the fence about it. But it's getting well received. But yeah, it's an original car too in the wrapper. 900
Look at
miles.
that. So he kind of has like a little Lambo.
They call it Butterfly. Yeah, Butterfly doors.
Yeah.
Is the name of it. Yeah.
Very, very nice. So that's like a thing for GT40s?
I guess so.
Oh.
Yeah.
You learned something?
I got somebody through a referral that says they're going to be bidding on this car, and they were looking for something like that. They wanted it with that door option.
Really? So they knew about it?
Yeah, they knew about it, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Come on, please have a note. Yeah. That's just a badass looking car, man. It really is.
Yeah, they sound nice. They're cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Yep. We like that. We like you. So that's again a sub 1,000 mile
Ford GT. Not an easy thing to find.
Ford GT.
Yep.
Enjoy that one. Bid, and hopefully you take it home.
Yep.
This over here is a spectacular automobile. You got an 11,000-mile Porsche GT2. You want me to raise it up, John?
Yeah, incredible build.
Thanks for the heads up.
This is actually that...
See, John's looking out for you, man. He doesn't want you. He wants you to see the car, not my face.
This is that seller who had the RS America we
Yeah.
showed there. So this is one of their other cars they're selling, and it's a crazy build, big window, big MSRP, and like all their other stuff, really nice.
Look at this car.
Yeah.
If you like turbos, you like a turbo Porsche, this is the ultimate one. This is in the wrapper, crisp, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color because, listen, when you see the SCs and a ton of these cars in red, you don't see a ton of these.
No,
in red.
you don't.
You know, it's like it's very, very special. And obviously, you have the ceramics with the yellow calipers, and well done. Well, what a beautiful car! Wow, this is crisp. So there you have it. I mean, there's not much more to say about this car. It's at 75,000.
It just went live.
It just went live, so get in on it. It is GT2 revised bumpers. What does that mean?
Well, over the normal turbo. I mean, they're saying that the wing is different.
Okay, the GT2.
Yeah, there's a lot of, for people who are GT2 fans, they know how to spot these cars. And there are people that'll actually do this stuff to turbos, try to make it look this way. Because look at that. If you go to the rear bumper, look at all the... got like the side view with the louvers. See on the right there? Yeah, click that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that's just when you see that in person, it's
really,
it's
different. Oh yeah,
it's very special.
Listen, that's what made the 996 C4S so damn good looking.
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
it had those things on
exactly.
it. Those little intakes and outtakes.
Yeah.
Is there? Let's see a little bit of this. We can get a sound on this thing. Ooh, little church room. See. John, you like that? Huh? That's nicey. So there you go. A beautiful, beautiful 08 911 GT2 Mescar motor. And
manual only.
yeah, the end of an era.
Yeah.
For certain, for sure. Then next we have a sub 5,000 mile SLR McLaren Roadster Saks Fifth Avenue Edition. Absolutely gorgeous car. This car is getting a lot of love. 210,000. It has four days to go. It is an absolute beautiful car. That two-tone interior. It's almost like our Carrera GT, which we have that terracotta
yeah, it's
black.
very similar looking.
Very similar looking. So I personally like this. Our Carrera GT is actually a one-off. It's a design to build interior.
Yeah.
This one is almost like, it's crazy how.
I mean, this and the Carrera GT were launched at the same time. Yeah, I mean, even though they built these up until a few years after.
How cool is that?
They came out 05-ish, and this car. You know what's nice about this car? It's a beast, but you could just like drive it around town.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's clearly not a Carrera GT. It's not. It's not a race car, but it is a beast. It was co-engineered with McLaren, and I've driven one or two of these, and I love them. I love them.
And as a roadster, it is a rare car, and it is going to fly. Mm-hmm. This price, what these are at right now. Let's see what happens 5 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
When you're looking back saying, I should have bought this car. What is wrong with me? Get in on these now because they're incredible cars. What a matchup between McLaren and Mercedes. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to get anything that looks like it. And you're surely not going to get anything that performs like it with the luxury and the performance. Yes, it's not a true crazy sports car, but when you buy this, that's not what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. You're looking for more of a touring cruiser. But you can go out to dinner with this car.
I'm an SL guy, and this would be like what the Hulk would drive if he was an SL guy. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's insane.
Look at that. Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
And the way this engine roars in this car, it's just it's thunderous.
Well, so there you go. So that car is going, right now it's at 210,000, 4 days left. And let's go on. Just a few more here. Here's a 512 BB. Yeah. There's a carbureted Boxer in 79. This is the predecessor to the 365 GT4 BB, which was the
successor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did I say predecessor?
Yeah.
Okay, the successor. This is the successor to the 365 GT4 BB, which was the answer to the Lamborghini Miura. So that's really what the genes are for this car, is that when the Miura came out, Ferrari came out with the 365 GT4, and this now is the next generation of
and they were the first mid-engine stick 12-cylinder, right?
Well, the 365, not stick, the first
mid-engine 12-cylinder.
365 GT4 was the first mid-engine Ferrari with 12 cylinders.
Right.
And this obviously
is the successor. And they look similar. You have to...
they are almost identical. You have the lights in the back. This one, I think, has two.
And the other one has
three. The other one had three. I think, so there's some different, but they're very, very similar cars. The Boxer was a little lighter, but fantastic car. This is one of the Ferraris that people love because of its design. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them come in with this beautiful color.
This looks like a nice one because I've seen a few of these that were rough around the edges.
Yeah.
They don't wear well, so this one looks really, really nice.
Yeah, they are just gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that 70s design for Ferrari, man. Really beautiful. Flat 12.
So it's not a 308, people.
It's not a 308.
It's
Oh,
far
my
from a
goodness.
308. Yeah.
No. This is a flat 12 beast. And in fact, if you hear these things run, man, let's see if we can get a little sound on this baby. Nice. There's a little walk-around video. So this car is at a mere $13,000. Got a long way to go, but it's also got about almost 6 days to go, five and a half days. And that's the 79 Berliner Boxer 512.
Yeah.
Or 512 Berliner Boxer. Then you have here is a Ferrari F40. This is it. This is the car. There's nothing to say about this car. Other than, wow, it's Class C certified, that's fine. But this car is a 2,800-mile absolute concourse car in fantastic condition. It is all original, serviced, and beautiful. Do we have video here?
There's definitely video on that one.
Okay, let's take a look at this video.
Sound.
Sound, please. All right. Come on, a little motion, please. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Just close your eyes. Yeah, actually, I feel like I'm inside the car right now. That's actually a pretty good video. Yeah. Very nice. All right, so that's a little treat. Any more? What'd you say? Leave it on for another second? Okay. So there you go. So that is, the headlights work. A 1991 F40 U.S. car, by the way. Now, people don't know the U.S. cars are more desirable, more horsepower. They had a different gas tank that was made out of different material that actually didn't have to be changed. The bladder didn't have to be changed every 10 years. And there's some other, also has this black lip in the front over here.
That's some car. A lot of people are coming onto the site for this car. I mean, I see. Yeah, we have people calling us. They're registering to bid from Europe and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, this car is attracting attention from all over the world. I mean, look, it's almost 20,000 times that this page was looked at.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, all right. So that's that. And then we have what's our final one here is a 2,000-mile 2018
paint to sample
PTS Voodoo Blue. Wow. This is gorgeous. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a couple of these blues that I'm not full in love with, but this looks great on this car. Look at that.
Yeah, it does look really nice on
Beautiful. This car. So now this car, Jim, no bids yet. It just went live last night. It has, how many miles are on this car?
Like 2,000 miles, stick paint to sample. So this is like what everybody in the world wants. So this, everyone wants a stick GT3 and then to find it and paint the sample with this color, it's, this is what we're here for. I mean, we love bringing cars like this to the public and our audience.
Yeah. So again, those black wheels make it for me. Yeah. If these things were in silver or even anything else, I don't think it would have the same impact. Yeah. But absolutely gorgeous. Is this thing running? Oh, there you go. Let's get to the back of the car to get some sound here. Yeah, I mean, if you've never driven one of these, it's a little bit of a slice of heaven. It can, and I'm not someone that complains about a hard ride. Some people say this is not a daily driver, which it's not, but I don't think the ride is that hard. No. For me. Yeah. So you can drive this car, enjoy it, and then again, it can turn into a track monster. So absolutely lovely automobile, and there you have it. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening on Pcarmarket right now, and that was we did 5 cars at the beginning, which really give a little bit of what's happening in the marketplace. And
there's tons of special stuff coming on. I mean, last night we went live with that 300 SL and the yellow on yellow Acura NSX.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the good news. I can actually do this right now. Why we have your attention? We have right now.
Look at that lineup.
I have to show you this. Just bear with us for one more minute. You have a beautiful SL, which, listen, this car is just absolutely spectacular. And I love the hardtop on this car for some reason. Whereas,
yeah, they're getting the photos. It was in storage. Today we'll have the photos.
Get the hardtop photos of that because it's really stunning. But look at this with the top up.
Yeah.
You know, just even that red, gorgeous car. Anyway, wow.
Yeah.
So that's that. But what I wanted to show you is this really freaking cool Acura, man. This is out of a collection from a guy who has spectacular stuff. And someone is going to get a treat here. But look at this car. It gets better. You can peek in the window, and you can see what I'm talking about here. But look at this. Check this out. That is freaking cool.
That's factory.
That's factory, man. Yeah. And I'm not even into that stuff like that loud. That's not even loud. It just looks smooth, right?
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Yeah. It's like they forgot to close the windows when they painted it. You know what I mean? It's so cool, though. It's so cool. Yeah, Thank God the dash is black. It breaks it up.
Wow.
I'm in love with this car. I love it.
This is a fantastic car, man.
I was looking at this all night.
Wow. Yeah, man. All right. Let me just get a little shot over here for everyone to get a little nice. Look at that
That's
car.
actually a great name. Did you see the name of the bidder?
What?
It said, I caught it quick. It said like Flashy something. That's the perfect name for that.
Flashy?
Yeah. Flapsy. Sorry. I thought it said Flashy. All right.
He looks like he's a doctor.
Yeah.
Of some sort. But yeah.
A flap doctor.
Flap doctor. Yeah, my flap is a little irritated. Yes, and yes. Very, very cool. Anyway, you know, those of you that follow us, we appreciate it. We're getting more, obviously, more consignments of this type of automobile. We're putting them up. We have some more coming down. We have a really cool Yellowbird? Superbird.
Lemon Twist Superbird.
A Lemon Twist Superbird.
Yeah, these are all out of this collection.
Out of this
really
collection.
Cool. This is one collection.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. So we have a little potpourri of different types of cars that are coming on here. And so anyway, I think we'll leave it there right now. Thank you all for watching. Jim, thank you for your input and your knowledge. And we're very excited for what's happening. Keep an eye out, an ear out for This Is My Car, the new show that we have coming up on the Pcarmarket Live channel. This is Inside the Market. You catch us on Pcarmarket Live. And please subscribe because we want you to be alerted so you can get this information real time. So when it's relevant, because the market's changing so quickly, this is really important that you get this information as soon as you can for obvious reasons. Thank you so much. Again, we know you could spend your time watching anything, and you being part of our community means a lot to us and our team here. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode of what is this?
Inside the Market?
Inside the Market.
Inside my car?
Inside my car. I'm going to compare. These two shows are going to drive me crazy.
Inside Pcarmarket, my car.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, we have something.
Oh,
wait till you see the show that we just booked for This Is My Car. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, don't tell them.
I'm not even going to. Okay, I'll wait. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.